Hello, Kris here, Green Sabre, Doom Teletyne, episode 61, and not a massive amount to go on about today, so I'm just going to do a very brief collection update, one of which is missing. It's in the post, it's coming from Europe, so modern postage, it'll probably take about 6 years to get here, but it will be here soon. So yeah, I thought I'd leap on, because it's been a fortnight again, because I'm sort of insanely busy. I mentioned on a previous video that I've got a new job. Well, I'm in the process of handing over from my old one and starting in that new one in about 2 weeks, so it's fucking bedlam. I've basically got about 13 years of handover to try and put into place, so yeah, it's all good. So yeah, that's what's keeping me entertained. Band updates. You'll be watching this on Friday, which is a bizarre time of the week for me to be releasing videos. But yeah, you'll be watching this Friday. It's Bandcamp Friday. I assume all of you top fans out there have got everything I've ever put my name to already. But if you haven't, don't be a fucking idiot. Don't look like a loser. Go out and buy everything. Bandcamp Friday. There's links to everything down below, I assume, that you need anyway. But it's Bandcamp Friday. Now, for those of you that don't know what that means, although I'd be amazed if you don't. It's been going on for years and you're probably bored to death of social media posts banging on about it. But on the Friday, the band gets all... Bandcamp doesn't take a cut on the incoming cash. So the band get it all. So it's a good day for us if we can sell quite a few bits and pieces on that day. So anyway, yeah, Bandcamp Friday. Band updates, Green Sabre, busy rehearsing. We've got a gig in just over a week, Saturday the 11th of May. Ruination Festival, Bradford, can't wait. Now, we're on the second stage and we're on early on, 2 in the afternoon. So if you're going to it, get there fucking early. Now, the second stage originally was Rewired up the road from the Underground, which is where the main stuff's all happening for Ruination. However, the second stage has changed and it's now at Night Train in Bradford, which is a phenomenal venue. So I'm actually dead chuffed. I feel like we've got the better venue of the two in actual fact for second stage. So yeah, 2 p.m. or 10 past 2, something, get there for 2 anyway. Saturday the 11th of May, Ruination, Green Sabre. We're only on for half an hour at Night Train. Come and see us. There's loads of great bands on there, so it's going to be ace. But yeah, so we've been busy rehearsing for that. GODTHRYMM updates. I might link to it. In fact, I will link to it down below. We've put a cover version of a Pentangle folk band, a cover version of one of their songs on the GODTHRYMM channel. It's going to be part of a sort of cover series that we're doing. So there's a video on them, my first video with GODTHRYMM. So yeah, I'll link to it down below, but I hope you enjoyed that. Other than that, we're beavering away behind the scenes on other bits and pieces. So there's a few things that we're just not quite able to announce yet, but as soon as we can, this will be the first place to see it. So yeah, watch this space. Lots going on in the background. CROWSBLOOD, another song in the tank. So yeah, that's going really good. We're trying to rehearse most Mondays if we can. Can't rehearse this coming Monday, and also hence the reason why I'm setting this video out at an obscure time of the week for me. With it being the bank holiday weekend, I'm away, so I'm not going to be here on Monday. So yeah, I'll be away all weekend. Won't have access to making videos. So yeah. So those are the band updates. So a further update, collection update. This is what I've had a sort of like, obviously, as most of you will know from previous videos, I'm having to seriously fucking rein it in. You can see that I've not got a lot of space behind me. Everything's going up these days, so I'm having to be sort of conscious and I can't just buy everything that I want now. I'm having to just buy the select stuff. But I did know, I've been primed, and you could see that April was going to be the mother of all fucking months. So I knew this one was going to be lively. So yeah, so hence it is. Like I say, there's one missing, and I might as well tell you what the one missing is. Bong Ripper. The new Bong Ripper's out, empty. It's fucking ace. I've ordered like a sea blue and grey merge vinyl that's coming from Burning World. Is it Burning World Records? The European distributor for Bong Ripper that are based in Germany. So it's coming from over there. I think it was sent, or it left Germany about 4 days ago. So it might be a bit or two off yet, but I'm very excited about getting that because that's a cracking album and right up there with one of my albums of the year thus far. Another recent addition. Shout out Ken and Macho Records yet again. Another classic, the new Impurist on tape. This is fabulous. Straight up death metal, blackened leanings in places. It's fucking marvellous. Yeah, I love it. So yeah, the new Impurist. It comes with a cool little sticker, little clear cassette. The cool little sticker is already on my guitar case. So yeah, I'm not wheeling that out just for the video. But yeah, the new Impurist on cassette. My third recent purchase from Macho Records on cassette. So yeah, shout out Macho. Fantastic stuff. Another new edition, the new High on Fire. Got this from Crash Records in Leeds. Shout out Crash and shout out Scott at Crash in particular for holding this for us. Only on black vinyl, but it is sensational. What I would say about this is the artwork's a bit disappointing. I mean, I like that picture, don't get me wrong. But the gatefold inside is just the lyrics for everything as such. Like this, I was a little disappointed with the artwork. Because when you think of High on Fire, you think of great artwork a lot of the time as well. On their albums, they're kind of synonymous with great artwork, and I'd maybe go so far as to say that this is the weakest High on Fire artwork I've seen. I mean, I might be being harsh there as such, but I'm putting it up against some pretty heady competition there. Besides the artwork though, the album is stellar, and again, this is another one that's going to be right up. I can already pretty much safely say it's going to be top 5 unless some absolute bangers happen between now and the end of the year. But sensational stuff from High on Fire, cracking album. And the first one with Cody Willis of Big Business and Occasional Melvins fame on the drums. So, yeah, cracking stuff. Really, really enjoying that. Another one, not a new album, but one that I've just newly purchased. And I think I might have got it the previous Bandcamp Friday. Anyway, whenever it was. Wolves in Winter. The Calling Quiet. Yeah. Shout out Wolves in Winter, guys. They rehearsed next door to us in CROWSBLOOD when I rehearsed with CROWSBLOOD. So, yeah, we often see them. So I picked up a copy of this. I think there's still a few copies left, so get on the Wolves in Winter sites and see if you can grab one, particularly on a Bandcamp Friday. But yeah, really chuffed to finally get hold of this on vinyl because it's one I've been after for a while and forgot about it, if I'm honest. But yeah, so got hold of myself a copy of that. The new My Dying Bride. Now, a Mortal Binding. Yeah, sorry, that's what it's called. There are some stunning tracks on here. And there are some that haven't quite registered with me yet. I would say it's a very, very good album. Is it great? I'm going to reserve judgment on it so far. It's better than Ghost of Orion, personally. I think it's a step up from that straight off the bat. And I think it's as good as Feel the Misery, in actual fact. So, again, I've only had a week or two of listening to it, and there's been lots come out recently that I've been trying to listen to as well. So not certain things are that good that I've been hammering away at them, but there has been a lot. And this one, just like I said, at first, I think Her Dominion was my favourite track on it, and it was the first one that I heard, courtesy of Dan Mullins. Shout out, Dan. Cheers. And then, of course, the lead single came out, Thornwick Hymn, which, if I'm being honest, I thought was a bit, it's all right. It's okay. Yeah. And then the second single came out, the second of Three Bells. And I thought that was magnificent. I was really impressed with that. That was like, oh, this is more like it. This is classic Bride. It's got all those there's some really nice melody hooks in there, the vocals, and it felt like old school Bride there. And I was thinking, now then, this might be a triumph. And when I got the album, yeah, they stood out. The Apocalyptist, which is the big epic on here, about 11 or 12 minutes long, something like that. That's a cracking tune. But the one that I particularly like at the minute is A Starving Heart, the penultimate track. I think that's a cracking little tune, that. This is the sort of like aqua blue vinyl. I got it from ISO Merch, in actual fact, pre-order. So yeah, really, really good. I suspect it'll make my top 10 albums, but it might be a slow burner with me. It's just... I'm going to explain another record shortly that is so good that, sadly, this paled behind it. And this is My Dying Bride I'm talking about. But so far, so good. I really like it, but I feel like I need it to grow on me a little bit more yet as such. So, yeah, My Dying Bride. And I'm already going to make a wild prediction that this is going to be the best album of the year, quite honestly. But it is absolutely sublime. The New Earth. I can never remember the fucking Untouched. I keep what I call it Surrounded by Fire. I don't fucking know why. Untouched by Fire. Beautiful. This is the clear, smoky black vinyl, limited to 400 copies, which I'm very impressed about. What an album. Now, I won't go into too great a depth because I'm going to try and keep this video under 15 minutes for you fans that think that I go on for too long. How can you possibly say that? An hour is just a brief moment in time for friends, right? But anyway, what a record. I mean, Take Up My Bones, the first album of theirs that came out 2 years ago, absolutely sensational. 10 out of 10 album. And this is another. And what I love about it the most, long and very dull story short, my favourite album, which I've told you about many, many times, my favourite album of all time, arguably, is Forest of Equilibrium by Cathedral. I adore that record. I adore everything about it. The artwork, the atmosphere, the riffs, everything. It is sensational. What always hurts about Cathedral is that we didn't get another Forest as such. Like, now, I know that you should never retread old ground, but I felt they had more in the tank of that era. I'd have loved a follow-up in the same vein, which we never got. And that was sort of part of the reason why I had Green Sabre on the back burner for ages. I was wanting an album, more of that. So because it wasn't coming, I just thought, I'm going to have to do it myself. So that was how Green Sabre was born. There were other people doing very, very similar stuff, but that's another story. The point I'm trying to make is what I love about this, it picks up where Take Up My Bones left off, and it proves that there was another album, at least another album, or in the same mould. Different story, of course, different concept. Take Up My Bones was the concept of St Cuthbert and the removal of his body from, I might have got the story wrong here, from Lindisfarne down to what is now known as Durham Cathedral, anyway, and the journey that went on. This is about King, Edwin? I'm reading a book on it currently, so I should know my history a bit better, but there was Ethelthryth, the first king of Northumbria, and his exile out to the west of the Highlands of Scotland and so on and so forth. But it's a similar arc. I think this is almost like a prequel story, you could say. Anyway, I'm getting bogged down in fucking daft details here. It's magnificent. If you haven't heard it already, you absolutely have to. Monastic Doom. It picks up where Take Up My Bones left off. And I would say is just as good. It's really great. There are some stunning tunes on it. The opener, of course, Curse to Nothing But Patience, is a belter. My favourite on it so far, Name Bestowed, the second track. Beautiful melodies in there, and the way the monastic chanting works with the anathema-esque harmonies that come in towards the end of the song. Heffenfelth, another great tune, and that's what finishes side A. Start side B, He Saw Nine Winters, great little tune, and I would say dripping in typo negative vibe for me. There's a lot of typo in that tune. I mean, particularly with the monastic sense of stuff, but some of the melodies have a typo vibe to it, which I really love. Goes into what is like a sort of link piece, a little link piece of atmosphere beset by weapons, and ends on the sensational Casket of Dust. It is a fucking ripper, and will be in my top 3 at the end of the year. I can't see it dropping out of that. Might be number 1. It's number 1 so far, anyway, but there's a few good ones to come. Winterfilleth, Achilles, a few others to come, so watch this space. Right, short and sweet. That was an update video. My next video, I might do like a Discogs randomizer or something like that. You can see that I'm fucking clutching at ideas of what to do, but the next video will likely be a update from the gig Ruination, the Green Sabre gig that's coming next. Until then, thank you for watching. Thanks for my smattering of new subscribers. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Links down below are fucking everything I've just been waffling on about. And until next week, have a lovely bank holiday. And I will see you anon. Toodle pip.